What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to address a problem that a lot of old Fords have, or basically anything, I think up to like the late 2010s, 20 teens. Maybe there's still a problem, I'm not sure. But Ford designed these trucks, Broncos, etc., with a narrower rear track width than the front. And they say they did that for a few number of reasons. Hey, it was better, for going down, like off road. You'd have two different cutting paths there. It would have a better turn angle. They handled better. Yada yada yada. What drives you crazy, especially when you go to an oversized tire, is it's very evident that that track width in the rear is narrower than the front, especially if your tires in the front are out past the fenders or at the fender, like mine are. Then you can really see it on the rear. So what we're going to do today is I've got some wheel spacers. Like them or hate them, I got some. These are 1.5 inches. I believe a lot of people run 2-inch. To be frank, they didn't have any in stock, so I got 1.5 inches because that's the way I am. I got a set of 4 of them for $100. I only need the rears, so I'm willing to throw the rears on. But link down below to where I got these. I'm going to sell the fronts and hopefully be into this for $50 altogether. We'll see. I don't know. But they are obviously 8 by 165, which we know, but they're also 9/16 by 18, which is the thread pitch of your factory, so you don't have to worry about new lug nuts or anything like that. They do sell 2-inch. I don't know if they're back in stock yet or not, but my measurements show it's about 1.75 inches narrower on each side, roughly. So it's going to hit me pretty darn close there, and much better than what it is today. What you'll have to do with going with a full 1.5 or 1.5 inches instead of a 2-inch, you'll have to cut your lug studs down more than what your 2-inch would be. A 2-inch still have to have just a little nub at the end cut off that has no thread, but these will have to have a full, some actual threads cut off. So we'll get an angle grinder for that. First things first. Let's look at what I'm talking about if you aren't aware. I'll show you the difference in the track width. Then we'll get this thing jacked up off the ground, pull the wheels off, mock these up, mark your studs, and then start cutting. Alright, so here's what I'm talking about. As you see, that's just a yardstick stuck, or whatever, stuck on the fender, so you can see that gap there. And then if you go up to the front, you can see we actually stick out past the body line pretty darn close to the fender. These still might stick out a little further, but that track width is going to be much better. And actually, when I flex this truck out, I don't know if we can see it now, I actually hit the inside of this, my fender well. Let's see if we can see it on this side. You can't, but there are some marks on the fender well when you do flex this truck out. I actually have the same issue with my Bronco as well. To be frank, I'm actually about to list the Bronco for sale. It sits a lot. I love the thing. It's what I spend a lot of time and money on. But I'm tired of seeing it sit. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. Let's get this thing jacked up off the ground, throw some jack stands under it, and then start ripping these rear wheels off. So now that the wheels are off, we're all cleaned up here, we can slide on our spacers, and as you see, there is an overhang here that you're gonna have to clean up. So the best way I think to do this is we're gonna mark them all the way around. We're gonna run on, we'll take it off after it's marked, then we'll run on these lug nuts that came with the kit, and we will we'll then cut them. And then if any threads get screwed up as you're cutting them with your angle grinder, you'll have the ability to, it'll chase the threads as you take them off. So that's how I'm going to do this. First things first, let's get them marked. All right, now that they're all marked, we can easily see where they need to get cut. I'm going to run the lug nuts on here that came with the spacers, and then we'll start cutting them down. All right, now that they're all on, I'm making sure all these marks are still good. So when I get my grinder out, I'll be able to still cut them just fine. Now obviously we want to cut these as straight as possible, so let's go get the grinder. All right, there's one off. Now we're just gonna check it, see what it's like when you pull. Ran right off, just perfect. So we should be good to go. And we're just gonna go all the way around and cut them all. So be right back. All right, studs are cut and I actually got the spacer on. Everything's torqued down. So I'll need to fit the wheel, but as you see, all of the studs are inside of the spacer, so nothing's gonna come in contact with the wheel. That's the closest one, but I still got plenty of clearance there. I ran these on, obviously star pattern, loosely, just to make sure that's got centered up, because it centers with the lugs, or with the lug nuts, because they're conical or acorn, whatever you want to call them. So I'm going to go do the other side, and then we'll throw the wheels on, and I'll kind of show you what we ended up accomplishing. All right, everything's bolted back up, torqued down. I got to get it off the jack stands. Honestly, I think I'm out like 30 minutes here. Pretty quick job. It really is. You know, obviously it's just throwing on some wheel spacers. Longest part is cutting the studs back. It's a little nerve-wracking, but as long as you keep the lug nuts for the spacers on the end of the nut or on the base of the lug stud, you should be able to chase those threads out in case anything gets boogered up and be just fine. Let me drop it down on the ground, and then I'll show you the kind of what it looks like now. Now that the wheels are 1.5 inches wider on each side. All right, so if you remember the first time through, there was a gap when that straight edge was on the fender well to the ground. Now if you want to look, we've actually got the opposite, which is perfect. This is completely flush against the tire, top and bottom. Oh, and actually it's dead even on there. Oh no, there's a little gap. Just a little gap. Which isn't exactly the same as the front. The front does have an actual gap, but I am much happier with the way that sits. Again, I think 2-inch would have been perfect. 1.5 inch definitely do the trick, keep us right at fender width. So hopefully I won't be throwing too many rocks, and actually it'll work out pretty well. All right, guys, hope that helped you out this week. I do have discount code and affiliate link down below, so save yourself a little bit of money on these Flash Arc wheel spacers. You know, just wanted to get these things sitting a little better, stop rubbing the fenders as we, you know, have some flex in the rear, and get it looking a little better going down the road. I'll see you guys next week.